Hello, everybody. Today is the end of September, our last TTO for the month of September. And here we are closing up all our training about Facebook Live. Now, today, I was going to talk about paying and different payment methods and which one is more convenient, but there also were some questions during the week. So I want to bring up some material or sources to respond to those questions. We'll see what they're going to be about. And also, I want to make some reviews and concepts that it will be important for you to see, to capture the vision of what is Facebook Live. Okay, so for a lot of you have been in the direct sales or party style companies for years and doing the parties, and well, pandemic came and things changed. But even if we go back, these changes have been good because open our eyes to new opportunities of doing business, right? The one thing is we had to start to detach a little bit how we were doing business before. And when I say to detach physically, emotionally, and mentally, and start to see your business moving forward with different actions, different ways of doing the business. And one part of it is Facebook Live. Now, why you have to detach? Because Facebook Live is not like going on a party. It does require a weekly commitment with your clientele, right? The nice thing you're doing from home, okay? It might require some research and preparation. Remember, there are two types of audience of people that you will find in the internet. You have the scrollers. The scrollers are the people that pick up the phone or their laptop, and they're just going and going and going and seeing the stories and seeing the posts and seeing the lives and seeing the live videos of the TikTok, and all of a sudden they find something they like, they stop scrolling and get interested in looking at that particular message or person or product or whatever they are presenting. And so then the number two are those ones that are searching. The audience that is searching is people that are looking for solutions to a problem. They're searching because they have a problem. Like I was searching because I have a broken window and I'm looking for who is gonna replace my window, right? I have a problem. I'm searching for someone because I have no clue who do I have to call, right? So I have a problem, I'm searching. Well, there are millions of people searching right now in Google and our search engines. And it could be a broken glass in a window that needs to be fixed. It can be cooking recipes. It could be makeup, it could be anything. So, but remember, there are millions and millions of people searching. So if your area of business is in the cosmetic industry, and I tell you, I'm talking about a broken glass, don't worry, because there are going to be millions of people right now also searching to find a solution to their problem. I usually can give you a visual example. Will be wrinkles, right? There's a problem. How do I solve this problem with wrinkles, right? Like some people say, I just want to show them it's the story of my life. I'm wrinkled, I'm getting old, I'm a wise person. Other ones want to cover up. Other ones want to make it smoothly, and other ones want to prevent it. They don't have it, but their problem is in the future having it. So you can look at the problem from different angles too. So there are a lot of options and there are a lot of opportunities. Now, the majority of people in the social media industry, like I am, agree, and I agree too, and that's why I want to share with you my recommendation, is that the searchers are the audience that you want. So don't worry if someone is scrolling. I can tell you something. Someone is scrolling, it will stop in your story, on your reels, if you use some tricks. Because you gotta think on this, the algorithm, like in Facebook or in Instagram, even in TikTok, is how many people stay the few seconds watching your reel or your video. So those first 5 seconds are crucial. So whatever you post, you gotta make sure is the scroller that they can see something that, oh, you know, remember last week I gave you a tip, and that was, and that's a very common one, is like showing your chair empty for 2 seconds and then you show up. Why? Because when people see the empty chairs, they say, well, what's happening? No one is here. And then you show up. Well, now they have already stayed there for 2 seconds. And then you introduce yourself or you introduce your topic. There's no 4 and 5 seconds. So now you capture that audience in your post, in your reel. This is usually for animation for the first 5 seconds. Well, now the algorithm say, oh, she has people that are no scrollers. Now they are watching you. And so you always think, what can I do so I can capture that attention? Now, the nice thing is, if you have a title, again, let's use the same example of wrinkles is the problem, and we're going to provide the solution. Well, if you have a picture that shows wrinkles or something related to it, like a before and after picture or something, the person that is searching for that topic, wow, is that person going to stop? Yeah, because that picture of the title will relate with the problem. And they want to know more. They are searchers. They want to get new information. They want to make comparisons. They want to know what is the latest, why one is different from the other. So that's why the information, it has to have value, has to have the benefit, the ingredients, how it works, how it does it, why now and no before, why these new ingredients that is trendy in the cosmetic industry, let's say, is working out and not before. So this is information you're gonna give, right? So it's part of the solution to that problem. And then you're gonna show your product at the end. You're gonna say, I've been using this product, which it have smooth very nicely my skin. Like I was talking today with someone and I said, you know, I've been using this acne line of products, and it's, which I never used it because I thought it was for teenagers, and it has making my face, and really all these areas look like baby skin. It's not a filter. It's changing the last week a lot. It's had closed my pores, it cleansed my pores, and it looks much better. So it is moving from the metal out. Well, you know, it's my story and I'm sharing with them, and they will believe because I'm showing it. So now those searchers, even though there are a lot of scrollers and they might stop because you capture attention, you want in reality get the searchers group. Okay. Now in your Facebook Live, what happened is you're going to be talking about different products. This is not just one presentation of products. This is selling. You're going to be there to selling, to sell products, to have people connected, to have them place orders, to pay you, to ship, done. And at the end, we are all here with one purpose, I think, is to make money, to increase your income, right? And so this is Facebook Live, one of the sources that I believe is gonna keep growing. And I know Facebook is working of e-commerce tools. No, so we have like Shopify or eBay or Amazon, right? With different tools to do yourself, like a shipping, and they give you the printing label for shipping. You can ship it from home. You can set up the weight, the quantity, the inventory, everything there. And we are moving into that direction, but you need to be familiar with Facebook Live. Now, I was talking at the beginning about detaching from the old and embrace the new, right? So one of the things is the fears we have with Facebook Live. The fears to be on camera, the fears to what to say, where to start. And really, imagine you are here, you have a family party and they ask you to bring a recipe. Just bring some chocolate cake, right? And there are going to be a lot of people you don't know. So what are you going to do? Just get a recipe and do it, or just do it whatever you think it works, or just go to the market and buy a box, a cake box, and add the water, the egg, and the oil, or whatever it is, and make it. But you come to the party with the cake, right? So this is the same. You have to show up on Facebook Live with the product, with yourself, with what you do, what your business is all about. And it's about talking. If someone say to you, oh, how I love that chocolate cake. Do you make it? Yes, I make it. I really like it. And that will give you the confidence to say, oh yeah, it was easy, or I did in this way. You're going to start sharing your recipe, or what do you do, or your story. Well, guess what? I didn't have time. I just ended going to the supermarket and picking the box and put it in the oven, and that was it. Or I went to Costco and purchased one, which I usually do. And so you do those things, right? So that's your story. And that's where the authenticity comes from. Your authenticity, your story, what you just did. I mean, maybe our grandma used to say something like, oh, I use this recipe that has been in the family for years, and it took me 4.5 hours to make, and they have this really trick, and there are some things I don't share about the recipe, but today we're more practical. And so we go as we are. And this is very important you understand. Yes, if you are in the cosmetic industry, it will be interesting at least to have some lipstick put on, some blush, maybe eyelash. You always open up your eyes, your hair a little bit tied up. You don't have to go to the beauty salon before Facebook Live or spend an hour doing your makeup. It's just about being yourself, a little bit upgraded, right? And if you are in the industry of selling, I don't know, wine or food, utensils, then you might want to have an apron, right? Or you're going to have nice goblets decorated, but no going to the extreme. What people really are attracted about being you and being yourself. And don't compare to others. I really watch a lot of Facebook Live. Sometimes I shop with them, and I know sometimes say, oh, look at how she does this. Maybe it's not about comparing, but about discovering ways of presenting a product. Yeah, that is good, and you can watch others how to do it, and that's how you learn, and learn what are the results. Oh wow, when she talks in this way and she shows the product in this way, or she proposed this, she gets sales, people are buying from her. That's okay, but do not compare yourself. Be who you are. I mean, everybody have a good and a bad part of yourself, and choose it right. Choose it the best, the part of you that is confident, and also have the purpose of building and conquering the fear. You know, so what you need to do is just schedule it. Wednesday at 7. And then you create the event. We talk about creating an event. We talk about creating a reel, and we talk about creating a story to announce your event, your Facebook Live. And you're gonna be doing this the first month because you wanna attract people. And then you're gonna have that many people that you don't need to do all that. You just go and do a story 24 hours before the event, the Facebook Live, and saying, I'm coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock in this page. That's all what you need to do. That's very quickly. You can create and post that in less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and you're done. So life is gonna become easier with your business because you don't have to do that much preparation. But at the beginning, you're gonna feel a little overwhelmed, and that's okay. That's okay. And you need to move on and detach from the old ways, because we are not going back to a year ago or 2 years ago. We are not going back. So we had to embrace what is new. So, and this I'm sharing with you because of Facebook Live. Now, I'm gonna stop here. When I'm not doing share screen here, that's good. I would like for you to stop in here and hear from you. How do you feel about doing Facebook Live? What is your fears, your anxieties, or your happiness about doing it, the good and the bad, and the unknown? You know, so I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to bring that up. And I think when unmute your microphones and let's talk about it.
I don't have any trouble doing lives. I mean, I did them with paparazzi and I was scared the first time. But what helped me was my best friend was in here, my daughter was in here, and both of my sons. So that helped me my first time because I felt like I had a real live audience and I had backup. And they were rooting me on. And you know, there was conversation, and they pulled in their friends, and it helped. And I told everybody going live, I said, look, this is my first time. I'm crazy and I don't really know what's going to happen, and I'm scared to death. But I started telling stories, life stories, and they enjoyed that because I have, you know, most of my family's a couple of French fries short of a Happy Meal. So yeah, there's a lot that goes on.
Yes, well, that's great. So I totally agree with Gina. I mean, don't be afraid to go by yourself. Also, if you want to teach how to do this to one of your team members, consultants, or whatever you call them, but they can come to you. You know, you're not gonna charge you. You're not gonna be paying. It's just learning, having more experience and seeing there. But it's so true. It's nice to have those conversations coming and going. It doesn't have to be perfect. I like when I have sometimes my neighbors say, I can come and help you anytime, because I need to bring a new product. I'm not Facebook Live. I'm not showing just one product. I show a lot of products, and I have a boutique too. So I combine different products that I sell. I'm an entrepreneur, and so when I finish with one product, first of all, if I have 5 of them, because I refer them to my website, they can purchase from there, and it's great. But I also have and my shelves, let's see, 5 products, 10 products, 3 products, whatever I have. And so I had to count it, and it's nice to have someone else to pass the products, and or even checking on their computer and their phone how many orders I got, and make sure I have enough product for all of them. Like one time it happened to have 2 and people ordered 4. So I had to say to the other 2, well, I know your order is going to take 7 days to ship to you. Do you still want it? And then say, yes. Okay. So then we went through the process of purchasing and paying and stuff like that, because I have to order those products, and it takes me 3 days to get to my home. And I'll give an extra time just in case the shipping is delayed, the shipping to me is delayed. And then I had to pack it and ship it to them, right? So it's a process there. That's part of the business. And that's part of what you have to embrace, because before maybe you didn't do this thing, you didn't have to deal with this, right? And so, and they can help you. Remember, I showed you that I have little baskets, where I put each order. As you go, you're gonna have clients that are gonna be your followers, and they're gonna pop and show up in every Facebook Live you have, and you know their names, and you're going to start getting familiar. So you're going to have a basket with their name and order all those baskets in alphabetical order, and then start including the basket what they're buying for. I'm going to show you. We have it here. This is some of the basket. They are told these are like magazine holders. The reason is I can put it on this position. I'm sorry, I have a filter. I put it in this position instead like that, so I can put more one next to the other. So I put it in here. Oops, there you go. So they are tall, and as always, they say use the space vertically, and I like that. So I use this one next to the other, and it's kind of high, so I can put products on top, and then at the end of my Facebook Live, I had to keep working. I had to make sure the order is completed, that's what they wanted, and then create the invoice and ship it to them, pack it and ship it to them. Now, is that worth it? I mean, did we do things like that before? We didn't do it. That's why I say we had to detach. You had to let it go. Let it go the ways that we did since before. Okay. We always learn. We earn wisdom. We learn tricks and tips that I'm sure you can use with the new and the future, and that's okay. For sure, it's okay. So going back, so that was one of the things I want to talk at the end of this month. Conversations and learning and training we have about Facebook Live. Let me see. So, any more questions? And Gina, I mean, paparazzi is a great role model of how to do these parties. And it amazed me how they sell, I mean, $5,000 easy in less than an hour, 40 minutes.
Oh yeah. The products are $5, and the upsell with that is, you buy more than one piece, it saves you on shipping, yada yada yada. But they're quick sales. Women like jewelry.
Yes.
And I found paparazzi. My sales were good in the beginning, and then of course my regulars, I guess they didn't have enough rings, fingers and wrists and whatnot.
Yeah.
And my poor girlfriend, the one I lived with who passed away, she has so many earrings left. But she loves earrings. So she would just buy earrings and earrings and earrings. I would do flash sales because we had to carry inventory. So that's why the lives were so important, because we had to push the inventory.
Yeah, you had to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you buy it, it's yours, and you got to get rid of it. I mean, we would do wall drops and, you know, flash sales, 5-minute sales. How many pieces can I sell in 5 minutes? Can you help me out here? Grab bag sales. So with that, with having all that inventory, that was a big help with the lives.
Yes.
It really was.
That's true. Marcela, go ahead. I cannot hear you. Just unmute your microphone. Or I don't know. Unmute your microphone. A second. Use unmute. Marcela, we cannot hear you. You have to unmute your phone. Unmute the microphone. There you go.
Okay. When you do the live Facebooks, how long of a period? How many minutes do you make for each one?
Well, at the beginning, you have to visualize this in two things. One is the beginning. The beginning is going to be hard. You have to be ready for that. It's a new thing you have to embrace, because you're not going to have 100 people in the first live. I wish we all do, but it doesn't happen that way, right? So you can do it for half an hour at the beginning and start with 2-3 products that are the best. I will say choose those products that you love the most. Choose the products that you know more about it and that you use, because in that way you will deliver that value better, right? Like if you come up with a new product and you don't know too much about it, you know,
You're going to be hesitating and stuff.
Excuse me?
You're going to be kind of saying, not really, flowing with your presentation.
Yeah. Then the other thing is choose a product that you love, what I said before, plus that is on sale with your company on that month.
Right.
So during the month of September, you look at your brochure, you look at all the sales, and also consider to start with the product that have the best savings. So if you have a bundle or a product that have 50% off or 60% off, I will start with that product because people want to save money too, and you can offer that to them. So that's a nice way to open up your Facebook Live. So, wow, Marcela, she's giving me, I say 50% off on the product, and this is a great product for what she'd say, So this is another trick. Take the savings and so you can share those savings with them and talk about the product. Now, as you go, as you have more, the audience grows, I will say the less it will be 1 hour. So you need to have a line pretty much of products that are lined up to go, ready to go. So you start with the first one. So that's why it's nice to have someone to help you. Because they can bring the product. You don't have to get out of the camera and come back into the camera, right? It's okay to do it a couple of times, but doing it so much, you kind of lose the attention, lose the audience, you take the risks. So you line up the products, and usually you can buy more time by talking and repeating the concept, repeating why they're good, and and use your emotions and try to make them believe what it is. You know, it's like, again, let's go to the chocolate cake. You know, I said, well, it was so good to do it. And, you know, people always like this because blah, 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 you know. And so people like the nuts on it and like the chocolate chip, or they like the cream cheese on the chocolate cake, you know, whatever it is. And so you will start talking about those ingredients or the story behind it. You know, I just saw a Costco, so I stopped at Costco. I didn't make it. I bought it and I liked it. I like the presentation. I like how big it is. I like the price. I like the ingredients, you know, but it's your story. And you can go on and keep talking about it as long as people are learning and people are listening and people are staying there for you. And then you're going to ask them, will you please, can you share this with your friends? Who do you know might be interested in this product? Who do you know might be interested in this savings? That's why using the savings products for the month is a key, because you're offering value, savings, good product. And so now your audience is gonna start thinking, so I'm gonna share this with my cousin or my sister or whatever, you know, they share. And then you can go and say, okay, I have 10 people. When I reach 25, I'm gonna include in all the orders, blah, 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 a skincare sample or something. You know what? On the orders.
Have you ever tried doing a ghost hostess?
Excuse me?
Have you ever tried having like a ghost hostess at one of them?
Oh, you're cool. You're cool. Yes. And you
And
could
where
do
you have a
that
drawing and
Facebook
that
Live.
person would receive the hostess gifts.
Yes, and that is a great way to bring it, because now you're having this audience, you're talking about the product, it's moving on. And
Yeah.
so, well, I have something to offer you.
Okay.
If you share this with your friends and you have at least 4 friends shopping with me today, you're gonna get blah, blah free, because that's what we do, right? So,
Right.
and so you can create right there a host. You can build a host.
Okay.
Do you know? So any
Yeah.
questions about that?
Yeah.
And so they're gonna see, well, now I'm getting this normal size, regular size product for free. And then you can have it with you and start talking about it while they are sharing. So go and share and get your friends to come in, because when they show, if you have 4 of your friends shopping with me tonight, you're gonna get this product for free. And this is I apply like this, it's my favorite. I use it 3 times a week. And you know, you just sell the product to the eyes, to the ears. And then remember, use the senses, right? What are your senses? Looking, well, we cannot do tasting or smelling, you know, but listening. And have them feel like they are touching it, or the texture. You can talk about a product, even a lotion. The texture is soft, it's rich, it's light, it's cold, it's warm, it's citrusy, you know, it smells like the. And so you describe the more senses that you activate in your audience, the more sales and the more interesting to own that product. So now you're gonna see also on in your Facebook business page, you can tell who shared the Facebook Live and how many times, right? And then from the orders, yeah, you can see to whom she shared it. And then now you have to have a new job, which is gonna be after your Facebook Live, you have to connect the dots, right? I call it connect the dots. Okay, so Mary, she shared it, okay, with whom? And so you're gonna write down with Johnny and Lila and Kyla and Karen. 4, okay, so she shared it with 4 people. Did these people shop from me? And so you're gonna go now and look for those 4 people and see, oh yeah, they shop, no, the 4 of them shop, okay. So now this Mary got the gifts, and then you have to send her a message. Congratulations, you earned this product, blah, 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 because your 4 inviting you 4 guests shop from me today. So now imagine next time you go Facebook Live, you're gonna have other offers, and now they're gonna be there. It's very important you also write this down. Ask them to follow you, which means is to go into the right-hand side of the screen and choose notifications and have them choose all notification, all posts. So now when you go Facebook Live, they're gonna get a notification that feeds that you are live. And no matter what you're doing, because it happens to me, I follow people who do Facebook Live. And so I get clean, you know, notification under my bell, you know, on the Facebook page. And it says, you know, Diana Drake is live, or the name of my business, which in my case is Stefian. Stefian is going live, having a Facebook Live. And they go, just click there, boom, connected to your page. Okay, so it's automatic. Now, it's gonna then develop this system. You develop the system thanks to Facebook, to your audience, and then you start growing. You keep doing the same. But again, the first 6 weeks, you have to make a commitment. You're not gonna give up. You're not gonna get discouraged. You're not gonna get sad. You're not gonna stop doing it. And as you see that, and then the Facebook Live, you can also share it with other groups. Like I do have another business page, which is in Spanish, but a lot of those people in that group, the members of that group, are bilingual. So they are looking at my Facebook Live and that other business page, and I invite them to join me on my own business page where I'm live. No, and so they come. I also have other Facebook group that's called Ladies in Action. Another one is entrepreneurs, and they allow me to share my Facebook Live. So when I go live, I share that in their group. So now guess what happened? The people in that group, which I don't know in general, and some of this group have 12,000 members, okay? And so I'm sharing my Facebook Live on that group, and because it's gonna be posted, the people that follow the group and receive notifications, now they're gonna get a notification on the page that say, you know, Estefian is sharing a Facebook Live in Ladies in Actions group. And they might come and jump, click, and they jump and they see me going there. And they say, oh, that's interesting, they wanna buy, so they jump into my business page. Okay. Any questions so far?
Diana, I have one.
Yeah, sure.
You sell, because of your boutique,
Yeah.
you can sell multiple products. Now I know with paparazzi, and I'm assuming it's the same with Jafra, that if you're going from your business page, you can only sell that product. So if I wanted to do my paparazzi, what I've got left in inventory, and Jafra at the same time, do I go on my personal page or do I make another business page?
No, you never do business in your personal page because that's not allowed on Facebook.
Okay.
So you don't do that, but you can, yeah, you have to have a business page, okay? But you can share your Facebook Live in your profile.
Okay.
As you, the same way that you share the Facebook Live in a group.
Right.
Okay, so now you can share it in your profile. So now people that you know, like me, I have friends that are here or not here, that live internationally, all over the world, people from my church, people from all over different venues. But sometimes I don't feel like telling, hey, I'm doing this business. This is my business, right? But this is an indirect way for them to know what you do and join you too.
All right. But if I wanted to sell more than one product, do a different,
Well,
set up a different business page?
Okay, so as a social media strategy, right? You can sell all the products that you want as many as you want. Facebook doesn't have any problem. Well, sure, you're not going to be selling guns or things like that.
Right.
But we're talking about our level of products, or what I know. It's okay with Facebook. Now you need to know what is okay or not okay with the company that you belong to. Now, so far, my experience with most of us who are from the same company, I have seen it done it so far where they do, yeah, they do their cosmetics, like in your case, your Jafra, and they do other things too.
Okay.
So far, I know some of the popular girls that sells thousands of dollars in their Facebook Live in the last 2 weeks having a change where they do Jafra here and they do jewelry, handbags, whatever, everything else in a different Facebook Live. So they will say, okay, in 2 hours, I'm back with handbags, stuff like that. I don't know if that is a new rule or is just a marketing strategy that they are developing themselves.
Yeah, I know with paparazzi, I could not do a live on my paparazzi business page and put Jafra in there at the same time.
Okay.
It's like it's taboo.
Right. So what you can do, I mean, I think you can still have the same business page, and that's what some people are doing is, okay, I do this company, and then you tell all that audience, like if you already have an audience for paparazzi, start with paparazzi and say, okay, I'll be back in an hour with Jafra, and I have great, please come back. You have to learn about it, create a curiosity and in them. So they want to come back. So that's what I will do, and keep it the same day. Don't keep it apart, or even doing half an hour. If they are around, already connected, I'll say, okay, in half an hour, come back. Usually 1 hour will give you a break. You need a break too. So
right.
You need to drink, to whatever, get things ready. But that is a solution. So you have that option.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. But again, once you get this going, that's going to be your income. And I tell you, I mean, I was doing it 3 or 4 years ago. I was doing well. Then there were rules, that the company didn't want. I was doing boutique. I've been doing the retail business for over 20 years. So on and off, but I've been doing that. So I usually will rent spaces in the boutiques in my town, and I leave my merchandise, so they sell it, they take care of it, they organize it, I give them a commission, and I'm happy. I'll pick up my money, bring more merchandise. Then we came with the financial crisis in the 2013, whatever, I stopped it. And then I went back, and now it's online. So it's a totally different way. So I have to detach myself on doing business in one way and embrace a new way, which was online. And
right.
so I started 3 or 4 years ago. and I was doing well. Then there were some rules, so I was obedient. I didn't follow the rules, and then there were changes, computers, systems that were not working, you know, and it stopped. So then about 2-3 years ago, I started my own Shopify online business, and that was it. But then when pandemic came, my online website kind of died. So I started to reinvent myself. I mean, this is my process. I mean, I always detaching from the old and embracing the new. And so I started doing the Facebook Live, and I was doing good. But then, to say, last year when pandemic, and then I got COVID, and I got very, very sick. I mean, sick, no, out of energy. That's the thing I have for months. Even still, I have days where it's just my soul is gone. It's like I drop, I had to sit. And so I was doing the Facebook Live, and after 15 minutes, I couldn't stand it. I mean, I'm just so tired. So that's what I haven't done it lately, but you know, with the Christmas season, stuff like that, I'm starting again. And it's like it's starting from zero, but I know I have an audience I had to reach. So I'm sending personal emails, personal messengers. And so I bring them back because I did have an audience before. But again, it's a whole process that where you need to adapt yourself, again, detach from the old, and visualize the future and embrace the new and move on. I mean, we have to become that type of people that are flexible, that are, how to say, yeah, flexible.
Gotta go with the flow.
You have to go with the flow. And some of that, maybe it's easier for someone that's 20, 30 years old. And we say, well, I'm over 50 or whatever. I like to settle down, you know. But it really is a challenge for us. And I believe that the more we do it, the more we think about it, the more that we take action, the easier they become for us to move on. And naturally, it's fun because it's like a rejuvenate. It does rejuvenate me, you know, because I'm doing the things. I think that, you know, it's positive. That's what I want to say. It's something positive.
Right. Well, let me, I don't mean to be hogging this, but let me throw something else out there. I have a beautiful young woman who's an esthetician. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do a live with her, like a question and answer type of thing for skincare. You know, the do's and don'ts, like don't exfoliate every day or 3 times a day, that kind of thing. I'm just not exactly sure how to do it on Facebook Live.
Well,
I know you can bring people in.
Like it will be almost like the TV, what it called QVC? Is that called?
QVC.
It's almost like that. You're gonna be showing the product, you're gonna be talking about it. You know, you have questions and answers, and then you do the sale.
Okay.
I will think on that type of structure.
I wanted to, before I started, I mean, I was going to have some of the products in there, but I wanted this just to be like to start grabbing interest of different people, just kind of like a general Q&A with her. Like on the basics of skincare, what you need and what you should do and how you should treat it. And like home micro needling with the little tools and everything, bring that in. Because I have one and she yelled at me. And she told me not to do it because I could cause infection and whatnot.
Well, you can always do a video and upload it in YouTube. And then you can use it and reuse it. Just a video, you and her, and questions. I can talk to you. I can tell you like a question popping on the screen and stuff like that. And then you get this video and you can use the video. Don't make it too long, right? in what it will be a Facebook Live, or you can do it more than once.
Okay. Yeah, I have to sit down and talk with her.
So I know we were talking about payments, and we had two topics that are important: shipping and payments. So and I'm sorry I went on for so long with my Facebook Live, but I think it was important to have a heart-to-heart conversation about this. But if you wanna, let me see if I can share the screen. I'm sure I can, right? We're gonna go here and we're gonna go to, no, sorry, I think this is it. So this,
Diana,
yes, go ahead.
are you going to talk about how to make the invoices?
Yes. So that was part of the topic today, but I thought that's going to be the last. So we're going to do it next Tuesday. I know I promised it today. That's what I said at the beginning.
That's okay.
We need to catch up with a few questions that came up and some fears and clarify a little bit. So, and then we move. So I'm going to get into the next month, next week, and we'll do that specifically. And today I want to talk about the shipping. I'm just going to give you the information. You can screenshot. It's okay with me. Let me see if I can. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, that was good. That's what I needed. Okay, so for shipping from home, it is good because you can print your label, your shipping label, and send it. Now, with some of the products, you have to take the time beforehand to weigh them and figure out the cost. So you do need to have a scale at home, by a scale. Some of these companies, once you sign up with them, they provide you with a scale, or you can rent it out, or they give you a discount, or you just go to Amazon and buy one, okay? So there are some companies that you can use, like pirateship.com. I put it first because I think it's the best one. Also because they do negotiate deals with UPS and post office. So you will have a little savings. Now the savings in shipping are not gonna be big. I mean, it could be under $1, but it's in the long run, they are savings, so it counts, right? So the other one is endicia.com and goshippo.com. So I will have you research and see what adapts better for your needs. Paraship is the best to me. Now, the other thing is just to pack the products and take it to the post office and figure out there. But once you get familiar with the products, well, some of the products sure also have the ounces on their bottles or jars, so you can use that. Some products are liquid, some had alcohol, and so they require different methods, ways to ship them. But it's so nice that you can just print the label, ship it from home, and go to the post office. Don't be in line waiting. Just give everything to them. So that's one thing. Also with PayPal, we're going to be talking that in detail next Tuesday. Even though they charge a little bit, I think in the long run it's easier, and they can create the bill and the invoice, and and they can figure out taxes if that is something you need. So in my case, I go to the post office and I ship my product from I would say, direct sales company I work with. I just do that. But then I have Shopify for my boutique. And so I have the products on my website. So they do print the label and everything. So I don't have to worry about that. I just put it on and ship them. But go and research this. My, as I say, my suggestion is pirate ship, like the best price and best deal. Okay, so we're gonna stop and here the share. Any other questions about this? No, okay. So I'm gonna stop the recording so we can finish. So thank you very much for today's session of TTO. We're gonna wrap up our series of Facebook Live training next Tuesday, so don't miss it. We'll see you next week.
Bye.